Sermon 28 of the 36 Lessons of Vivec. Then Vivec left Set to look after the dome-headed demon, and went back to the space that was not a space. From the provisional house, he looked into the middle world to find the fifth monster, called the Ruddy Man. When the Druffs ruled the world, the Daedroth Prince Molag Bal had been their chief. He took a different shape then, spiny and armored, and made for the sea. Vivec, in giving birth to the many spawns of his marriage, had dropped an old image of Molag Bal into the world, a dead carapace of memory. It would not have been a monster if a Velothi child had not wanted to impress his village by wearing it. The Ruddy Man of the 8 monsters was the least complicated. He made those who wore him into mighty killers, nothing more. He existed in the physical. Only geography makes him special. When Vivec found him near the boys' village Anon Nesis, there was a violent clash of arms and an upheaval of the earth. Their battle created the West Gash. Wanderers that still go there hear the sounds still of this battle, swords across the crust, the grunt of God, the snapping of the monster, and the child's splintered legs. After his victory, Vivec took the shell of the Ruddy Man to the Druffs that had modified his mother. The Queen of Druffs, whose name is not easy to spell, was in a period of self-incubation. Her wardens took the gift from Vivec and promised to guard it from the surface world. This is the first account of Druffs being liars. In 10 years, the Ruddy Man appeared again, this time near Tyr, wore by a wayward shaman who followed the House of Troubles. Instead of guarding it, the Druffs had imbued the living armor with mythic inflexibility. It molted soon after skill-draping the shaman and drenched his bones in the 5 corners. When Vivec met the monster in battle again, he saw the remains of 3 villages dripping from its feet. He took on his giant form and slew the Ruddy Man by way of the symbolic collage. Since he no longer trusted the Altmer of the Sea, Vivec gave the carapace of the monster to the devout and loyal mystics of the Number Room. He told them thus, "You may make of the Ruddy Man a philosopher's armor." The mystics began by wrapping one of their sages in the shells. A series of flourishes by 2 supranumerates, one hormonally tall, the other just under his arms. They ran around the carapace and through each other, allowing the holy resin from the carcasses of the now useless numbers between 12 and 13. Golden straws were quickly stuck through the mystic epidermal so the sage could breathe. After the ceremonial etchings were drawn into the hardening resin, long lists of dead names and equations whose solutions were to be found in the mouth of the chimer inside, there came the illuminations, inscribed by the bright and terrible fingernail of Vivec himself. From the nail tip flowed a searing liquid, filling the grooves of the ceremonial etchings. They bled out to form veined patterns about the sage shell that theologians would decipher forever after. The ending of the words is Alm Sivi.